Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back today with another 9 trades. Today's date is June the 10th and I'm using my new power trigger system. This system has a custom indicator, the Williams percent range, which is right here, and it has built-in alerts that you can turn on if you so desire. I love this indicator as it is a leading indicator as opposed to most indicators are somewhat lagging. In other words, if you get a red candle, it'll be pointing down, and if you get a blue candle, it'll be pointing up, suggesting either you're going to buy or sell. Along with that, my power trigger system gives a pop-up alert, audio sound on your computer, suggesting either to buy or sell signals. Now it doesn't mean to take every signal, as you will get many signals. It just draws your attention to the charts. You can analyze the charts, drill down the lights, I call it, from a higher time frame, and make a trading decision whether you should be buying and or selling or waiting for a pullback. And now before I get into these trades, I would like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time. And that includes all my trigger systems. It took me 8 years and over 700 trading systems to learn that. To get that up to 80 or 90% success rate, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You will also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading, and a lot of education. I provide the education. You must buy this education and then do the homework. If you fail, you will fail at trading. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. Now there was some strong news, high impact news today on this Thursday, June the 10th at 8:30 a.m. Consumer Price Index and the Core Consumer Price Index. Now it was green here, which is suggesting to buy the US dollar. So keeping that in mind, remember that gold has the USD in it. So we're thinking about buying. Doesn't mean 100% the USD will be going up or down. Well, you're buying the USD, but it doesn't mean it will, because in the markets anything can happen. But just keep that in mind as I took these trades before the news release. Now, I did do 2 future trades this morning, gold and the US 30-year bonds. Now obviously it has the USD, gold has US dollar in it, so one would think that it would drop because we're buying it. So now it did drop, but I wasn't looking at it in real time. I was looking at all these other pairs here, and just as fast as it went down, it went up right away. But at least I put in my stop loss combination that was a profit, so at least I will not turn a winning trade into a losing trade. So let's drag and drop this up and see where I got in at. Now I did get in here and it did drop. I wish I would have saw it anywhere around here. I would have closed out the trade. But I did tighten up my stop, so I knew that I would not lose. So remember trade management. And once you're trading 5 to 10 trades, sometimes it's hard to manage all these trades at the same time. But anyhow, I took the trade. I was profitable quite a bit, and then it just came back and hit my stop loss. I just wanted to make sure if it hit it, I was going to end up with something. So here we go, got in at this cursor, and it stopped me out here. Looks like with 6 ticks. Remember, in futures it's not pips, it's ticks, so that's 6 ticks. And those 6 ticks on the gold paid $570. Moving right along to the 30-year Treasury bonds, which is right here. Drag and drop this up. This one went slightly against me a little bit, but I knew as I drilled down the lights, I had a lot of things telling me it's going down way before the news, and plus it did qualify for a great way to trade. So, took the trade here, did go against me, not a big deal, only about 16 ticks, it's not that much, and I closed it out here with 28 ticks and 28 ticks on the 30-year Treasury bonds, paid $1,400. Moving on to the Forex pairs now. Okay, now let's move on to the next pair, the pound CAD. I ended up taking a trade. Now, this did not qualify as a great way to trade. I traded this once I saw that it cleared the goal line. Of course, it did do a pullback, but everything was suggesting to buy down at the bottom. Very, very clear. Did go against me about 15 pips, not a big deal. And I closed it out for 2 reasons. One of them, it was hitting this resistance area, and I was very happy with the grand total, as my daily quota is 100 or more pips. Today I'm only guessing, but I'm pretty sure it's closer to 200 pips for today. This ended up paying out 20 pips, and 20 pips on the pound CAD paid $1,651. Okay, let's move on to the next trade, which is the dollar CAD. Remember, the news was suggesting to buy the US dollar. So if we're buying the US dollar, the dollar CAD should be going up. Keep in mind that the market is very random. It'll do whatever it feels like doing. But my power trigger system is suggesting going down. And also, when I pulled the trigger, it did qualify for a great way to trade. I'm going to drag and drop this up. Let's see where I got in at. This cursor here. Now, it did do a pullback. It tested this area up here. Went against me about 18 pips. And then finally, it went in the direction that the power trigger was saying, which is down. And I ended up with 21 pips here. And 21 pips on the dollar CAD paid $1,737. Moving right along, let's check out this pound New Zealand. Love trading these workhorses as they produce a lot of pips every day. This pound New Zealand will give you the most pips every day, but it doesn't pay a lot per pip as such the pound Swiss. Each pip you'll get paid more money on the pound Swiss per pip. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Right at this cursor right here. Now I took the trade based on the rules that I teach within the training videos called how to trade pullbacks. Remember, from here to the goal line is a pullback. Then you can trade around the goal line. And of course, if it breaks through and keeps going up, I call that reversals. And there's some videos teaching you how to do that. Took the trade at this cursor right here. Went against me 13 pips. And I closed it out just being happy with the grand total. Looks like 26 pips. And 26 pips on the pound New Zealand paid $1,869. Moving on to the next pair, pound Aussie. Let's drag and drop it up, see where I got in at. Same thing. This is your pullback. The signal you would have received, the pop-up box, would have been right here. And actually, when I heard it, I took a quick look and everything looked fantastic for buying. So that's what I did. Bought it at this cursor, went against me 2 pips, and I closed it out for no particular reason, again, other than being happy with 25 pips. And 25 pips on the pound Aussie paid $1,935. Love trading with my power trigger system. Makes trading super easy and a lot of fun. Pound dollar, here we go. Let's drag and drop it up and see where I got in at. Here it is right here. Same situation from here to here is the pullback. When I pulled the trigger here, I was making decisions, trade like I teach in the training videos how to trade around the goal line. Now remember, when the news came out, it did spike around, and one would think that if the dollar got stronger, the pound dollar should go down, which it did actually, did go down, but there was, my power trigger was saying at this point, before the news, it's going to go up. So I don't like to go against what my trigger system's telling me. So in other words, I don't care too much about the news, as my somehow the direction of trading is built right into the trigger system. Matter of fact, any trigger system, they all give the same results. 21 pips went against me, and I closed it out with, looks like 24 pips, and 24 pips on the pound dollar paid $2,400. Moving right along, pound Swiss. A lot of traders are afraid to do the pound pairs. I used to be 15 years ago. Used to trade only slow moving pairs, because these pound pairs will jump around and give you a lot of pips, or you could lose a lot of pips. Pound Swiss, let's see where I got in at. Nothing changes here. Everything screaming to buy. Right from here, would have got a pop-up alert, so that's exactly what I did. Bought it right on the goal line. Went against me 1 pip. Not a big deal. And I closed out the trade. Could have stayed in for a lot more, but you know, with the totals down there, I was super happy with it. Looks like I got 23 pips here on the pound Swiss. Remember what I said, 23 pips. If it was $10 for one standard lot, this should only be, if you do the calculation, should be $2,300, but it pays more than $10 on the pip per standard lot. But those pips ended up paying out $2,566. Moving on to the last trade. Pound yen, drag and drop it up. Let's see where I got in at. Same thing. Right around the goal line, everything screaming to buy, even though it didn't qualify for a great way to trade. But I actually do like trading around the goal line also. Ended up producing 37 pips, and 37 pips on the pound yen paid $3,375. So another great day of trading. I knew I was going to get around 200 pips, and guess what? That's exactly right to the pip. And don't forget, there's some ticks in here, but it worked out to be 200 pips mostly, and those 200 pips paid out $17,507. Now, if your system is not producing like my power trigger system, I suggest you get your hands on it, and to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video and you'll see this write up. My power trigger system, I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. If you don't learn this, you're never going to find success. Now, my system comes with 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. There's 5 MT4 templates, 10 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. Now, I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. And as I mentioned earlier, this is what you're going to need, a lot of education to succeed. Now, there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways to trade. That's why there's 42 training videos. All you have to do is put the video on pause, check it all out here. If you have any questions at all, quite simple, pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. I actually do answer the phone, unless I'm busy, of course. Now, if you live too far, quite simple, just shoot me an email. Here's my email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now, I do prefer Skype, so I can keep all my contacts in order. I know who I'm chatting with. All you got to do is click on this link right here, and we'll have a Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session. That's right. We can chat. You can answer, I'll answer your questions and give you some free tips and tricks, all without, there'll be no obligation to you. Now, if you click on this link right here, you'll see 32 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So that just about wraps up this video and this day of trading. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade and video, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.